look. And I said, oh no, baby, give me them. You can't play with those, nothing. He said, no, mommy, they not real. I went and got a necklace of mine. And I said, yes, they are. I said, look at the way this is. And he said, oh gosh. And he said, oh, so does that mean she took them from her mom and dad? And I told him, yeah. And he said, oh no, well, I don't like thieves and we don't do liars. So I got a chance to meet the grandmother.
Uh-huh.
she's actually from New York. She had just took her granddaughter in. And so you know how that happens when you're trying
Right.
to groom and shape because the parents are going through some things. And I pretty much kind of understood that possibly that might have been a situation. So his teacher was like, well, look, I'm gonna hold on to them, but when we have our conferences, I'm gonna give them back to you so you can give to her. I said, no, my son gonna give them back to her. And she said, man, she said, I was looking for these. And we had a nice conversation. She was like, but I appreciate you. She said, because most people, well, I said, well, I ain't most people.
Nope.
I'm definitely me. And I know how I was raised.
Yep.
So despite of the turmoil and the hurdles, I know how I was raised. And it don't matter what you experience. Once you know, once you have knowledge of self and you know right from wrong, there's no excuses anymore.
Yep.
None.
You got to do better.
That's right.
You should.
You should
Would
want
like to
to.
say everybody get to that point, but you should get to the point where you want to do better. That's what one of the things we talk about on our Sunday Positivity Talk. Um, you can only be stupid for so long. You should. We were stupid as hell. We can't even get into it. But like, school, what's going on, man? Once again, ain't no school like the old school. Our mom
That's
brought us
right.
like real old school. Like respect yourself, value yourself. You ain't got to go out there. My mom was a little hard, and looking back, some things I understand now. Becoming a mother myself, you know,
That's right.
and some things, traumatized. We all done been there, but
Yeah.
you got
We'll have to regroup and take, as the old folks said, take off the plate what's for you and what's not for you, leave the rest there. So that's the same thing we had to do with the things that we were shown growing up.
we just decided to take it. I'm gonna build my house with it. I'm gonna
Yeah,
rise up from it. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna still make mistakes because nobody, oh my goodness, is ever gonna be perfect. Nobody will. But the point is that you get better. You learn.
that's right.
We all done
Because
been.
life is you never get to a point in life where you can't learn anymore. Every day that you open your eyes and you breathe, it's another opportunity to learn something new or to expound on what you already know. So
Yep,
it's it's all in the reframing of the mind. It's
yep,
that's what it is.
yep,
No matter what all the other things about you mean, it's you, the person. It's your intent, your heart. So as long as that is intact, everything else don't matter.
yep, yep, exactly. And like we said, you what's that phrase? Once you know better, you do better. I hope I said that correct.
Hmm.
You know, that's it. And everybody's path gonna be different. So that's the other beautiful thing. Even though we all have different paths, we come to the same uh end
Come
point,
to
if
yeah,
you
the
will.
same endpoint. We all seeking the same destination. We just all have a different pathway in taking it, and some of us choose a path that
Oh man.
that creates so much drama and toxicity and all the other stuff that comes with that.
Yep.
When we could have simply just did one little thing different.
It would turned out different. Like I would just shut up.
Yeah, and mainly that's it right there. If I'd have just shut
Just shut
my
up.
mouth and just opened my ears a little more.
So now that's something we putting into practice because it's not wrong. Just like I was talking to my daughter last night. She just had, I'm a grandmother now. She just had her first child, and she starts crying on the phone because I'm helping her out. And she's like, "Mom, I don't feel like I'm doing enough for him. I promised him better." And he was like, "I'm gonna need you to stop talking down about yourself, like right
How
now."
old is the child?
He's like 3 weeks. She just had him, so she can't really work right now.
Y'all hear that, sisters out there? Look at all of that pressure that we automatically add to ourselves.
That's
And then when you think about it, 3 weeks though, we pros at it, so it's like 3 weeks, 3 weeks, try 3 years,
oh,
try 13.
you just getting started. And we
For
told her,
real.
I said, baby, we don't mind helping you. You know this. You're going to get there. It's going to be a process. Yeah, you had a baby early. We did the same thing. I'm not going
Mhm.
to judge you. I'm not going to come down on you. I
The
got
baby here, so let's deal with what we got.
you. Yeah, we're going to take this. And like what we just said, build our house. You build your house. We're going to build ours. We're going to work together. That's it. So
Yeah,
before we
definitely.
get out of here, sis, tell
Mhm.
everybody where they can find you at. Send me that link for that children's book because I want to
Yes.
promote it because I like to help promote, support, in the way that we can. Tell everybody a little bit where they can find you. What we say, whatever you want to say to the people.
The socials. Well, I will share a poem. This poem too. This is actually yeah, the expound on the part when we were talking about poetry being therapy. I had my first viral live on Facebook, started going live. Shout out to Keisha McCain and now Sharita De La Cruz. Um, they used to host the open mic in Greensboro, North Carolina, called the Artist Block, at the Artist Block called Artists for Justice. Someone sent me the invitation and was like, "Yo, after seeing you perform in High Point, I think you should really go here." So this is like my second time performing around Greensboro. Now everybody in Jersey know what I do, but this is my first time getting out really and sharing amongst the people in that space. And the host, pardon me, he Rakim One Voice. He has a online magazine that I was also featured in after. But he hosted, and I didn't know he was taping me live on Facebook, and the video went viral. I had like almost 5,000 viewers. This was the first time like live first started, and it was a poem that I wrote about my daughter. My daughter was killed by a hit and run driver when she was 2 years old on September 27th of 2004. I used to live in Broadway housing projects, and she was at my neighbor's house, and she got out early in the morning looking for me and ended up wandering onto the highway where she was hit. So people always say I'm good, but they don't never really know that they're actually good. And one thing that you know when you heal from an experience, when you can speak on it and the tears are no longer pulling at your heartstrings, like making it difficult to speak, that's how you know that growth is there. So this one is titled Motherhood. Motherhood. Good, bad, or indifferent is a beautiful experience. Once the body acknowledges conception, the message travels towards mental reception. Rebirthing of a woman has commenced. At this point, there's no straddling the fence. Before you know it, in your arms will be a princess or a prince, latching onto you for nourishment. During each step of their development brings forth improvement of self. Such an awareness, divinely implanted, housed in our wombs like treasures within tombs, unfolding through mirrors as flowers bloom. At first glance, it was love on sight. The internal battle to get you here was well worth the fight. I used to see, but born you truth. Now I have sight. Reflected on my own life, the struggles and the strife, came to one conclusion. This too is my evolution. Evolving into the woman I was created to be, not knowing this great gift, this experience would end in tragedy. This can't be life. This is such a travesty. My princess, my baby, is no longer with me. Through the pain, defensively handling those encountered, Leary couldn't decipher between friends and foes, all the while staying on my toes, making sure I didn't fold because for so long I was cold. Time heals all pain, and in it I recognized there was so much that I've gained. Shedding the old me through paths stained with tears brought forth great clarity. No more hidden fears. Emerging from a sea of grief and disbelief, rebirthing of a woman now shining.